Hey, good morning, y'all. Coach Raheem at it again. So today I want to talk to you about the mental aspect of life. I've done a lot of videos, and when I look back at them and I think about them, I talk about the mental aspect, but I don't really get into the psychology of the mental aspect, which is really important because many times when people say, get your head right, get your mind right, all of that kind of stuff, they never really talk about what that entails. Or if someone talks about it, they don't associate the mental aspect with the how. I remember the first time when I was in middle school, I was in 7th grade. It was just before a basketball game, and my mind used to be all over the place because it took me a long time as a kid to really develop an athlete's mindset. And, in honesty, I did it, but I did it in pockets. I didn't do it consistently enough to really maximize my abilities as an athlete. So I have to own that one. But what I want to do is share that with you because I know there are a lot of athletes out there coming up, and there are levels to the game of life. There's levels to the game of athletics. And most of it, when I was younger, they say, athletics is 90% mental, 10% physical, and it's just 100% true. But you have to know how to step that mental game up. So here it is. The way that you build your mental game up, or one way that you do it, because I'm sure there's probably other ways. I don't want to claim it as if my way is the only way, but this is what I do. Is through visualization exercises. That's when you take time to think through, use your imagination to see every aspect of what you're getting ready to do. So if it's a basketball game, a football game, if it's working out at the gym, if it's an interview, you're getting ready to go for an interview, if it's a discussion, a difficult conversation that you need to have with somebody, the way that you get your mind ready for it, if you're trying to build your mental, is to visualize the entire event taking place. Now that may sound simple, but it's not as simple as you think it is. And the reason why is because in life, we have a lot of distractions. And the hardest place to eliminate distractions is in the mind. You see, physically, if we want to eliminate distractions, we can simply go into a blank room, a room that has no pictures, no things in it, just a blank room, a bare room, bare walls, right? Close the door, make sure there's no sound distractions, and boom, you've eliminated all the distractions. But if you really get into the psychology of eliminating distractions, the mental understanding of it, is eliminating distractions that occur in the mind, because it's very difficult to shut those things off. Some people meditate, some people do yoga, all of these things. But even when you're doing those things, it takes a long time to reach a point where you can play out an image without the distractions. The distractions are the things that take you away from your main objective, your focus. So if you are playing out a game, let's say it's a basketball game, and you're playing out the basketball game in your mind, every second, every movement, all of that, you have to be able to block out all of the things that get you off your game. That may mean blocking out the crowd. It may mean blocking out the coach, because sometimes you have a coach and the coach is a distraction. You know, that's just real talk. You know, if you've ever played on a team where you and the coach were at ends, y'all didn't see eye to eye. Maybe there was no resonance between you two. The coach may be a distraction, but the hard lesson about that is, even though the coach may be a distraction, you still have to perform, because nobody will know what your true capabilities are unless you show them. So if the coach is a distraction for you, you have to be able to work that through in your head. And believe me, man, my high school years, it was hard, man. It was really hard. But it's doable. And the fortunate thing, one thing I love about 2020 is that all of us today have so many resources. There are so many things. You can watch this video, you can watch other videos on how to do these things, exercising your mind, making your mind so solid, so hard, so focused that it becomes almost difficult for anything to distract you mentally. But it's totally doable. So getting back to my example, making yourself mentally ready involved being able to create the entire scene, the smells, the feelings. You want to play it out as if it's actually happening, and it does not require any movement. No movement. So I'm not talking about moving your hands like if you're football where you're practicing, where you're catching a football or practicing throwing a football. I'm saying doing all of that in your mind. Same thing if you're going for an interview. I'm not telling you to speak out loud what you're going to say or anything like that, or to have someone say things to you. Those two are mental, but they're not the absolute mental. The absolute mental is when your body is completely almost motionless. You're just breathing, you're living. But everything that is physical is at a stop. And the only thing that's working is the pictures in your mind. This is critical because oftentimes, if you think about it, when we fall short in life, it's usually because our head was not in the game. Our head was not where it needed to be. We could not see it taking place in our mind. So the idea of actions following thought, we couldn't connect. On art, we have what's called hand-eye coordination. It's when you can see your hand making the movements that create a visual piece. Painting, artists, sketching, things like that. But you have to be able to see those things. And if you can see it in your mind, all you have to do at that point is tie the actions to what you see in your mind. That's another level of practice. That's when you're combining the physical and the mental. But once again, this video is all about getting your head in the game, getting your mind where you need it to be so that your mind does not block you. If you can figure out and practice and practice and practice on making your mind so strong that nothing can distract you mentally, it's just a matter of time when the movements will become aligned with the images that are in your mind, that are in your imagination. It's just a matter of time. You don't have to stress it. You don't have to worry about it. It will be there. Because muscle memory is a real thing. Once you are able to put together your mind with your muscles, and then your muscles develop those memories, same thing with your mind, you develop memories in your mind of it already happening. All you have to do after that is keep working so much every day, building that routine, getting that practice. Eventually, it'll be part of your subconscious. Your body and your mind will do it off of the memories. And that's when you're in a sweet spot, but it's not a rest spot, it's a sweet spot. Sweet spot meaning it doesn't require as much effort, but at the same time, remember, you don't want to rest there. Never rest on your laurels, because the truth is there is no such thing as resting. Resting is declining. So you have to put yourself back in position to stay at the point of where you were. Otherwise, eventually decline will happen. What happens is your mind and your muscles will begin to establish new memories of the lower level that you've relaxed at. So let me see if I can make that clear, because I'm listening to it myself and I'm thinking, man, I hope people are following, because there's a lot of mental stuff. Your brain operates on your memories. Every single thing that we do, many times we're doing off of our memories. We're acting off of the things that we've previously done in days before. So in order to achieve something that you don't have, you have to create new memories. New memories, meaning you want to create images in your mind of the new level so that your brain doesn't panic and say, oh, what's this? You want it to get comfortable. You want it to get completely comfortable with your new norm. So it's the same thing with your muscles. You want your muscles to get comfortable with your new norm, so it remembers what you want it to remember and not what it wants to remember, which is the easier ways of doing things. Okay? So anyway, that's how you get your head in the game. This is Coach Raheen, and man, I don't run often, so you have to excuse me when you see me out here walking. This is a new thing for me. This is my new norm. I usually go to the gym. I like lifting weights. I love lifting weights, but we got a new thing going. So you got to make adjustments. You know, when life hits you, make an adjustment. You know, it's all right. Hey, hit that subscribe button. Hit that share button. Let's all help each other out. All right, peace.